So this is kind of a sad video, honestly, and I gotta give Samsung credit. At least here in the US, it seems like Samsung is the only company that's trying to do something new. In today's world, phones are getting a bit boring. I mean, let's just all be honest. Mainly, it's the same design for like 4 years in a row with super minor adjustments. Every year, my mom asks me, my family is an iPhone family. Personally, I prefer Android a little bit more, but every year my mom was like, hey, what's new with the iPhone? I'm like, ugh, better battery, better cameras, better screen, brighter, that's it. She's like, oh, okay, so nothing. And I'm like, yeah, pretty much. Samsung wanted to make something different, just like they did with the original Fold, the first mass-produced folding phone in the world. Just imagine throwing away, I don't know, probably millions in R&D to release a product that may or may not fail. That takes balls. I'll just be honest. Then skip ahead, and Samsung wanted to get their foot into the door of the thin and premium segment with, of course, the S25 Edge. I personally love my S25 Edge. It truly feels like a new phone. And I gotta be honest, I also like the iPhone Air. Why? Because that also feels like a new phone. We need new. But apparently Samsung has canceled the S26 Edge, the phone that was supposed to be replacing the S25 Edge, due to poor sales. In fact, this $1,100 phone is on Amazon right now for $680. And Amazon is offering up to $650 for your old phone. So you could potentially get this phone for $30. Yeah, less than a large pizza. Man, pizzas are getting expensive nowadays. What are they putting in there? Seriously. But what exactly does poor sales mean? Well, it's been reported that Samsung has sold 1.31 million units of the S25 Edge. Now, personally, if I was CEO, I would be like, yeah, that sounds good, right? Right? But apparently not. Like I said, this is kind of sad because I was there at the launch event in California for the S25 Ultra, and then they gave us a sneak peek of the S25 Edge, and it looked like it was getting way more attention than any of the other S25 phones. I saw how many people were crowded around that glass with the phone like hung in the middle. I was thinking to myself, that phone is going to sell like hotcakes. But then there's pricing. $1,100 for a phone, especially the one that has some trade-offs compared to its non-thin counterparts. $1,100 is a bit much, and I think that's kind of also one of the contributing factors of not a lot of people buying this. Again, 1.31 million sounds like a lot, but apparently it's not. Making things smaller costs money, and at least with our current tech today, thin is premium. Another thing I noticed, at least from reading online forums, is poor battery life that other people are saying. Now, I'm personally getting around 5 to 6 hours of screen time, which, to be honest, is kind of decent for such a thin phone. I can't really complain, but I totally get it. If you play a lot of games and you do kind of heavy, intensive stuff, yeah, you can probably kill this phone a lot faster. That's why, if I'm being honest, I truly think the thin and premium segment, at least here in the US, is a bit early. Chinese manufacturers can 100% make it work because of silicon carbon batteries. It just seems like they are the only ones using it. I don't know why. In fact, if you know why iPhone, Samsung, Google aren't using silicon carbon batteries, definitely let me know down below, because it seems like they are 100% better than anything else we had before. Silicon carbon is way more energy dense, which means you can cram more energy into the battery without making it physically bigger. So, of course, this would be perfect for thin phones. I forgot the battery capacity of this phone, but just for the sake of argument, let's just, for example, say this has a 3,500 milliamp hour battery. Well, if it had a silicon carbon battery, it would probably have a 4,000 milliamp hour battery in the same size. So silicon carbon is like 100% better. Same is true for the iPhone Air. The battery is all right. I'm getting around the same as my S25 Edge, but still, it's such a niche market, especially for the trade-offs. Samsung already nailed 2 cameras in a thin phone, which is already better than the Air. So Samsung, if you're watching this, here's my constructive criticism. People want longer lasting phones. In fact, if we even take a look at, I believe it was a CNET poll, I believe 60% of people that participated in that poll have said, yeah, they prioritize battery life. In fact, battery life is the reason why 60% of people upgrade. That should be like something to look into. Samsung has been using 5,000 milliamp hours for, oh my God, I don't even know how long. I think 6 years, probably. I think the Note 10 Plus was the first Samsung phone with a 5,000 milliamp hour battery. And yeah, they're still using it. In fact, Samsung has been using 5,000 milliamp hours for so long, the iPhone has surpassed it. Just listen to that one more time. An iPhone, right, has a larger battery than a Samsung flagship, the S25 Ultra. Like, that's the first time in history that this has happened. Samsung, please do not permanently remove the Edge from your future lineup. Just put it on hold and just wait until you can add in a silicon carbon battery, and that's it. That's basically like a lot of the issues people are having mainly is the battery life. The OnePlus 13 is barely thicker than the iPhone 14 or 14. Wow, I was way off. 17 Pro Max, and yet it has a 6,000 milliamp hour battery. 6,000. This has 5,088. Again, nearly the same footprint. OnePlus 13 lasts me like 2 days of use. Now that is what people want. And apparently the upcoming OnePlus 15, I've read online, has a 7,300 milliamp hour battery. Just think about that. I don't know. I personally love my S25 Edge. In fact, I compared it to the iPhone Air in my previous couple videos ago, I think. And I picked this phone as my winner. I mean, it's truly a very comfortable phone to use. You get 2 cameras instead of 1 on the Air. You have 2 speakers instead of 1 on the Air. And it's like $30 on Amazon if you trade in. I mean, I don't know. And it's supported for 7 years as well. So, I don't know. What do you guys think of the S25 Edge? If you own the device, if you own the phone, let me know your experience down below in the comments. Maybe Samsung will even read your comment and take your comment with consideration, I think. I don't know. But hey, it's worth a shot, right? Anyway, if you guys enjoyed today's video, definitely click that like button. And if you're new here and you like no BS review videos and tech news, definitely subscribe. As always, this was Mark from Mark's Tech. Adios.